African Union Development Agency, like the UNDP for the United Nations, if we need to explain it to someone who cannot understand the way we operate. So I just need to give you an idea on some of the artificial intelligence related initiative on the continent, and we believe we are implementing initiative and projects based on decision taken by head of state and government. I was saying we are like the UNDP for the United Nations when it comes to Africa, because our responsibility as AUDA-NEPAD in South Africa is to coordinate and execute priority at the continental level and the regional level, and to strengthen capability of our member states. That is our responsibility, and also to advance knowledge-based advisory support to AU member state and regional economic community as well. And also we have the responsibility to mobilize resources that could lead, that could allow the implementation of programs, and also to serve as a continental think tank and working with other players. As I told you at the beginning, some of our colleagues from other institutions, they are busy with G20 meetings, so it's our responsibility also to represent them as we are sitting here. So then quickly, when it comes to what Prof. Brando is leading, Prof. Brando spent almost more than 2 decades in Germany leading 3D printing for very advanced manufacturing. So what we are doing at AUDA-NEPAD when it comes to science, technology, and innovation, we have the science policy and enablers, we have the technology platform, and we have one of the components known as Energize Africa for the Youth. And when we see what is happening in terms of the agenda, for us to implement the science, technology, and innovation agenda, we have a framework known as Science, Technology, and Innovation Strategy for Africa from 2025 to 2034. And later on, as we understand the implementation at AUDA-NEPAD, those are the thematic area we have. Economic integration is the must for us. And then when we see everything we are having around, science, technology, and innovation are indeed enablers, as we said. And the strategic way of managing science, technology, and innovation at AUDA-NEPAD, it's in the office of Madam CEO herself. We are not a standalone directorate, but we are in the CEO's office. So then, because I have to be faster to go straight to AI-related project, I just need to alert you that the way we are handling science, technology, and innovation within Africa, especially through your institution, the African Development Agency, is based on the fact that science, technology, and innovation should contribute in achieving Agenda 2063's goal and priorities, because beyond what we are having as constituencies focusing on agriculture, infrastructure, or science, technology, and innovation, we have an overall agenda for the continent. So for that, when it comes to ongoing activity on artificial intelligence, we are developing and we are going to launch the APET roadmap. We even launched it, by the way, the white paper on artificial intelligence that is supporting indeed the continental strategy on AI. And we are busy now setting up the AI component of AUE innovation agenda. And that's something we already start discussing lightly with Madame Ninke. As Prof. Brando this morning were interacting for us to start converging on something very important. And we are focusing also on the component related to artificial intelligence as part of STISA 2034. I told you that the framework we have for science, technology, and innovation for the next 10 years. And then also we need engagement on civic tech innovations. And finally, our responsibility to engage with the private sectors, not only private sector, also member states, to support them in drafting or developing an artificial intelligence policy at the country level, because we already have the continental policy on artificial intelligence, or strategy we can call it. Not long ago, we have been involved in a session with NIEL, one of the NGO in West Africa, to develop some content on the ethical use of artificial intelligence. That is also part of outreach and also involving the civil society organization. And as I'm concluding, the objective of the AUDA-NEPAD Artificial Intelligence Dialogue is to advance responsible AI adoption, to make sure that ethical aspects are considered, everything should be transparent. And later on, we need to strengthen the capability of our member state, especially policymakers, in a way to develop AI-enabled technology in partnership with all the stakeholders, especially the private sectors, where we have firms, and finally, addressing the myth and misconception on artificial intelligence. You understand, some of the time, people will say that artificial intelligence is going to destroy everything. We need to balance the pro and the cons of that, and to make sure that our citizens, our member state, understand those narratives. As I'm concluding, just to let you know that as far as the white paper on artificial intelligence is concerned, we'll be navigating in throughout the 6 pillars we have, focusing on human capital development for artificial intelligence, infrastructure and data for artificial intelligence, enabling environment for artificial intelligence, and an artificial intelligence economy, without forgetting building sustainable partnerships, as well as monitoring and evaluating the implementation of artificial intelligence. So those are the few things we're having as I'm concluding before handing over to the next speaker. So we are having what we call the African Union High-Level Panel on Emerging Technologies. We have 10 eminent scholars on the continent guiding countries in not imposing countries to adopt those technology, but showing the pro and the cons, and to adopt them in a way that we move forward our agenda. You are going to have this presentation. So those the aspects are already flagged to develop a national policy, even papers on artificial intelligence, working with civil society or government policymakers, even tertiary institutions, and why not involving international partners. We have been working with Google and Meta so far, and we were also working with the Gates Foundation and before, because we understand that artificial intelligence is not a standalone technology, is a bit cross-cutting. So all those aspects, and also working with executives from various countries, we have an initiative under the Office of Science, Technology, Innovation that we are handling. So stakeholder consultation on AI, we have an initial phase, awareness and engagement on the white paper that has been a done deal in 2024. And then also we are focusing on, on developing an AI governance mechanism on that, as you see the part in blue in terms of expected outcome of it when it's come to what we are doing in terms of AI. Almost the last slide. Next step, what are we trying to do? If you need to join us, we are planning to develop an African Union AI strategy compendium. We already have the strategy in place, but it's important for us to secure an implementation plan of that. So you'll see the foundational of AI concept, policy governance, all those aspects, sector-specific strategy, and the digital readiness, digital case studies, and the resource directory. So those are the few information I was having today, because we cannot give you a detailed presentation of what we are doing. We can engage in the corridor, we can engage via email, but this at least an opportunity to give you some dots in terms of what we are doing at AUDA-NEPAD under the Office of Science and Technology, as well as Innovation, without excluding what our colleague in charge of infrastructure are handling when it comes to artificial intelligence as well. Thank you very much, Dr. Vincenzo. I'm handing over the mic to ourselves, being at the same time presenter and moderator. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A big applause for Luca Viseke
I don't know if
and
Prof.
Professor
Bando is 1
Brando
minute.
Colon.
Yeah. Should we give Prof. Bando 1 minute after? Or
Absolutely.
Not?
1 minute pitch to tell us, in a nutshell, what you wish to say.
Well, I just want to say a few things about where the position of the continent, AU in this case, is on AI. The continent derives its philosophy on AI from the Agenda 2063, from STISA, that's the Science, Technology, and Innovation Strategy for Africa for 2034, and from the Continental Framework on Artificial Intelligence. Those documents clearly indicate that at the continental level, our goal is to understand data stewardship. Who owns the data that is generated within Africa, and what do we do with that data? How do we create public value out of that data? We're also interested in the digital um, framework around artificial intelligence for the continent. How do we start building the hardware capacity? How do we build the software capacity to be able to operate within an AI platform? There's a lot already going on within the continent. We're aware of that, but that's not documented yet. We have a huge gaming community within the continent. Just about every byte of data that is used within this continent is either used on social media, content generation, or used on gaming. Our goal is to encourage not just the member states, but every African that is digitally active to start thinking about how to use that data to do things around the AI space. We need to train our people. We need to train our people on not just what to do with data, but also how to apply data. There's a lot we need to learn in terms of what we can do with our existing infrastructure. Oftentimes, people talk about AI being able to take our jobs away. I'm of the opinion that it is those that are AI ready that will take your jobs away. So we need to start training our prompt specialists, our AI engineers, those that are involved in the algorithm building process. We need to train them on how to leverage on AI theory, AI computational work to be able to bring new value within the continent. As Mr. Seki already mentioned, our goal at AUDA-NEPAD, it's not to come up with policies and impose those policies on member states. Our goal is to drop implementation plans for the policies that come out of the Commission and encourage member states to apply those policies. We're ready to discuss with you after this workshop to explore how the agency can be of help as you adopt not just AI-based solutions, but digital solutions generally. Thank you very much.